Welcome, music multiverse listeners, to Beyond Your Radio's You Should Listen To. I'm your host, creator Beyond Your Radio, Mark Kuligowski. Let's strengthen our musical connection, our collections, or get a little breath in our listening habits. Tonight, our panelists bring out some potential new music. That does not necessarily mean it's brand new. It just means that it could be new to you. And sometimes that we feel that you should listen to. It's impossible to listen to everything. You need help. You, like me, need lists. You need magical connections can happen. And I love recommendations, especially from bands and artists I have no idea about. Next year, we're actually going to be doing a show, but more news on that later, that kind of hits on this. Tonight, our panelists will showcase album that they think falls into a certain wheelhouse, a genre, a style, a sort of, if you like this, you're going to dig this. Maybe it's in your music happy place. Maybe it's not. But maybe after we talk about it and we play a little snippet, it might pique your audio curiosity. Panelists tonight bring you one album that they think you should listen to. On the panel tonight, we got Susie Q, The Grateful Dude, and Jeff Young. How is everyone tonight?
Good.
Bad hair day.
I hear you.
No hair day.
All right, I'm going to kick us off and then I'm going to come back around because I have a second. So, you like that underlying creepy music? Hell, it's that time of year, isn't it? You want Halloween, but you don't want Halloweeny, right? Nothing funny, nothing cheesy, nothing familiar either, because horror theme music, who hasn't heard that crap? Maybe you even want a little bit of that inside eeriness to your mood of your house. Or you want to blast it over your loudspeakers for those trick-or-treaters that are coming. There's plenty to choose from, and some can be a little too far gone, or grating on your ears. I've done that to people, which that's certainly not good for the little ones coming to your door. So maybe not, right? So how about a cool compromise? I'm all about compromise. Yeah, right. A compromise that can only come from the maestro of Halloween guitar sounds, both in his solo career, but in bands like Dawn of the Deli Creeps, Gorgon, as well as the very own Abusement Park audio rides that have haunted a lot of his early Pike concept records. Tonight, I bring you the dark ambient of Death Cube K and their album, well, Buckethead's album, because this is his ambient moniker, Sub-Sea Hollow. 30 minutes of gargling seawater in ambient fused with goblin-esque subtle guitar work. Just leaves you that lovely, eerie background to have your sensuous dinner. You know, whether you're pouring blood with it or you're pouring wine. Or share it over a tantalizing devilish dinner that, you know, it's whatever you want. Yeah, you know, that's also the idea of it has a little bit of psychological trickery and intrigue, or that underscoring audio nightmare that you might want to create.
And you don't even have to play it backwards.
Yes, and probably the same backwards, though. So Death Cube K, dark ambient moniker of Buckethead. This is Sub-Sea Hollow. You should listen to this Halloween season, and there's more catalog to discover. My Halloween music souls. For those of you already that have been left in a psychological scarred by Buckethead, you know what I'm hearing. All right. I'll get it over to Mr. Grateful Dude because he's got a whopper.
A whopper?
Yeah, a whopper. I discovered these guys like I did last week, so a couple weeks ago. Stars, if you want to call them that. This is 3D, Life in 3D. It's a youngsters. We're talking I believe all under 18. It's hard to say for sure because I could not, and even Mark looked, and we could not
Right.
find ages on any of them. They started out in 21, and they made their first album, I think, in 23.
Mhm.
And this is their fourth or fifth album, and it's called Broadway. And basically, it's all Broadway hits done by them. They have a very, very good acoustical, not acoustical, but 3-part harmony. Even try and fit a 4-part harmony in there. Now, 3 people sing a 4-part harmony is not easy.
Yeah.
I don't think until the albums are, I believe, self-recorded.
Mhm.
But there is very interesting. There's 3, and you won't know it by the first listening to it, but they're all siblings. There's Dora. What is it? I gotta look it up.
That's a good one. They're all D's. So yes, Daylon, Daylon, Dora, Daura, and Devon, Devon. Okay. Obviously the family likes the D's, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. You should probably, if you listen to a few of the albums, and I listen to all of them by now. They're very religious. They are Mormons. The 3 from Arizona,
Mhm.
and they you should listen to this if you like a nice, tantalizing harmony, really good harmony. I'll admit that. I had to listen to it. This is the first time I saw one of the videos on YouTube. I had to watch it twice because I didn't believe the harmony was so good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you kind of thought it was staged, like how could they
Yep.
have done that? Like it was pieced together to some degree, but yeah, this band, we'll call it. I don't know, you can't call it a band. Maybe you can.
Yeah,
They,
band.
Band of 3.
started, yeah, they started in a kitchen, just
Yep.
singing.
And they still, but every week they present on YouTube, they present a 45-second to a minute clip of singing in the kitchen. And their singing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play the sound of silence, and you'll get the idea. But my words, like silent raindrops fell, and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed. He has a range that goes low to high, so he's able to do those kind of things. She's done him and her together. They did All I Ask of You from Phantom of the Opera. So there's all kinds of stuff that
she's very high. I mean, I don't think she's smoking it, but she should be.
But yeah,
They're self-trained, like they're so young. This is just all natural, or
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's natural. They only started to have music teachers, actual professional music teachers, about 2 years ago. But they're definitely worth a listen. I think they're really good. And then Mark even was astounded with the voices.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know where they're gonna go from here. It'd be kind of like that X Factor kind of thing, where do you go from here? But you can get crazy with your harmonies, that's for sure, and add things. And but it was a really nice change of pace. So
Especially after your Hellish album.
yes, yeah. Well, I mean, Subsea Hollow. It's not as hell as normal Death Cube K stuff, like the Dreamatorium or Disembodied. So, but but hey, you can look that
They
up.
have
Too.
they sound a little bit like the Pentatonics, which is one of their idols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool. Good pick. Thank you, sir. All right. Who's next? I believe it's Jeff Young.
Picking Supercharged, the latest album by The Offspring, which
Yeah.
just came out a few months ago,
Cool.
and produced by Bob Rock. And
Oh.
there's one particular song on here where it definitely sounds like Bob Rock had a hand in it, because kind of sounds like the Black Album version of Metallica before they, hit the radio.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
they're I like this album a lot because it's really guitar driven, and I don't know, like, their guitar is usually kind of underrated. Like, people don't think of them as a guitar band, but I mean, because especially some of their older stuff, it's a lot of chugging and fast lyrics, but it's really good. They have good melodies, and a lot of the songs there's a lot of variety in the songs. I think if it really plays to the old fan, the
Mhm.
new fan, and anything in between. It's really got something for everybody. It's a really good album, I think, which I really wasn't expecting. I just thought, oh, even if they just do what they always do, half of it'll be good, it'll be fine. But I think it's really, really good, really good album. I mean, if you're an Offspring fan, you probably already know about it. But for me, I like the Offspring. I'm not like
Me too.
super fan, so I wasn't like
Yeah.
waiting for the date for it to come out in February. But I just kind of I was like, oh, I thought there was a new album. So I looked it up. Oh yeah, that's what this is. I checked it out. It's satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. The song Come to Brazil. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The minute I heard it, my thing was like, oh my God, that sounds like Metallica. They crunched it. They took that guitar and you're right, very guitar forward record. They're normally guitar forward, but this is if you like Green Day, it's got that
They got
pace.
the good choruses, the harmonies, and it's just a little bit of everything you've ever heard. Just a little bit fresher.
Yeah, they the one thing I like is that they dropped the pop. They were a little bit poppy in the last couple of records in places. This is definitely just guns out.
Yeah, like some people will say, oh, I think they're punk. No, I think they're pop now. I think that, like, well, guess what? They're everything. They're just great.
Yeah.
They're just a great band.
Yeah, this is punk and rock. I mean, the pop is not really there. I mean, it's just the pace of it. Bob Rock did a marvelous job with this record, getting it together. Yeah, well, he always does. Excellent choice. Sue, you got a wicked little album too.
Oh, that's wicked.
Oh, it's really good. Super.
Oh, you liked it?
Mhm.
You listened? So, all right. So in my quest to not keep digging back into my 90s days, and I watched SNL, and I don't know if it was a repeat or not, but Billie Eilish was on. So I kind of had her voice in my head and went searching for some newer talent. And this person is, maybe she's even older than Billie Eilish at this point. I think she's 25. Lizzie McAlpine, might be saying it incorrectly.
No, Lizzie McAlpine.
She debuted her first studio release in 2020, so I completely missed it with everything going on in the world at that time. And if you like Billie Eilish, you should listen to it. I don't know if that's true or not. In my opinion, she has that similar. In fact, okay, so the album, I don't know if I mentioned it, Give Me a Minute was her debut, and that's what I'm going with. She has two other ones that I kind of went through as well, but I like to start from the beginning. If it's a good album, why not? She almost kind of even looked like her a little bit with her appearance, but she plays guitar, she's a singer, and she writes her own music. and she's artistic, but the difference for me with Billie Eilish, and nothing against her, because obviously she's won everything and she's done everything, but she's kind of like a package almost. She's like that branded package we talk about, and it's a look and it's a all the stuff that's been in the headlines and everything. Whereas I get the sense from Lizzie that you know, she feels like a true artist to me, kind of old school a little bit, bringing it back. And it's young. It's still aging, I think, her voice and her thoughts and the stories that she's sharing. It might sound too basic for some people, even down to her voice, but she's got a lot, I think, of potential and talent. The arrangements are beautiful, a lot of them. The production, I think, the production was really great on this album too, really beautiful, and they did a really nice job. One of her, I think it's her last studio album, Older, was incredible. The sound quality on that one was really cool too. But yeah, it's a new sound,
Yeah, the name sounds
enjoyable.
familiar. I can't think of the songs if I've heard them.
I don't
But the
know.
name
I'm
sounds
trying to
familiar.
think. I tried to look around to see where she might have appeared or what she might
Well,
have done.
she appeared on not Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
And she's been NPR's Tiny Desk.
Mm-hmm.
She's done a show on there. As a matter of fact, a band backed her up, and I don't Tiny Habit maybe might have been the name of the band that backed her for that, because she's a solo artist. She's just, she's a picker. She can pick, she can play.
Yeah.
Songs are really well put, structured, and they're simple. Yet
Mhm.
they're not boring. They're enticing. The
Yeah.
melodies are great. The Billie Eilish reference is kind of true, to some degree, but she's
some
got
degree.
Morellis, she's got Katie Lang, in the way
Oh
she.
yeah,
I know she's not.
it's interesting because there's inflections of jazz, of all kinds of different things that come out in different songs, not just on this album, but her other ones as well. So
Yeah,
that's why for me in that level, it's almost more mature than Billie Eilish. But I guess like you're saying, like the vocals themselves, it's weird too, Mark. I don't know what you thought. I know you listen with headphones a lot, but her voice, it almost sounds so close. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like
yes,
right here.
yes.
And I don't know what that is. Clarity of it, it's just so it's like anyway.
I mean, what I'm saying is, it doesn't sound like she's in a big room,
Right.
right? It sounds like
Yep.
she's playing
Yeah.
in your living room, maybe, but not in a cathedral, not in. It doesn't seem stony. It doesn't seem vibrated. It doesn't, it doesn't echo. I'm gonna play Apple Pie track so they can hear, so everyone can hear it.
Looks the same in my dreams. Every house feels like home for a couple weeks. I've been running around trying to find a place where I can breathe. But me, oh my, I found you under an April sky.
But yeah, she's been on Kimmel. She's from Philadelphia, and yeah, people have her. She actually charted, which is unbelievable considering what time these albums came out. You got what, 2018, 20, and I mean, this is the shittiest times you could have put albums out, probably. For new people, but she's she's the TikTok. She gets a crud load TikTok wise.
Yeah.
8 million views. I mean, she's that's where this comes from, but she's a genuine artist. She's not an AI individual.
Yeah.
So, and we'll get to that next month, boy.
The real deal.
So, give you mine here, the last one. Did you ever wonder what Monster Magnet might sound like if, I don't know, they weren't stuck in space? Didn't have that space rock feel to them? They didn't put their cloak and their scepter in that psychedelic arena and more just straight up rock. completely void of that space rock. Let the guitars get wicked, which is great. And they punk it up really nice and slay it with this pace, amplitude that screams twisted rock and roll. Get some organ grinding even in here too, and harmonica. Oh yeah, it's hooky, it's sharp, it's quick, and they're done. And then it's time for you to get into Babe Woodrose. And the album, Love Comes Down, and that was, Baby Woodrose was 2006 album. They've been around since probably like 2001. They had a debut record that I was thinking about putting up there, but this Love Comes Down has that monster magnet kind of thing. They take their name from the Argyria nervosa, a plant commonly known as Hawaiian baby woodrose, which can be used for hallucinogenic effects.
Do you have any of those in your hydroponic garden?
I'm on it right now. Matter of fact, all the shows I'm on it.
He will tomorrow.
It looks just like your shirt
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
So that's my other pick, just to round it out. So we had 5. I want to thank the panelists for doing this. As always, it's great to have these kind of things, and now there's tons of rabbit hole for you to explore on all of these bands. They've all got deep catalogs, even the youngsters there. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Articles, videos, podcasts, all about music, bands, artists, anything we get our hands on. Join us this Thursday for Album Listen Challenge as we continue the potential best albums of 2024. It's a different kind of blues record this week and definitely worth your ear and our panelists. Find out what they think on Thursday. We also, this Saturday, will be our 500th episode, and that'll be on Album Review Saturday this weekend. So go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel, and until tomorrow, happy listening.